Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We will begin at 6 p.m. in just a few minutes. We really appreciate you being with us here tonight. Again, good evening, families. We are so appreciative you are here with us tonight. We're going to begin at 6 p.m. in just 2 minutes for our student recognition ceremony. We are almost ready to begin. Just one more minute before we'll start. Staff members, students, and families. My name is Scott Corso, principal here at Black Mountain Middle School, and it is my extreme honor tonight to join you tonight to celebrate the students of Black Mountain Middle School and the 2020-2021 school year in our special recognition ceremony. In a year that has had so many challenges, and some could argue one of the most challenging years in American educational history, our students have shined. They have shown us their amazing work and wonderful gifts. And tonight we get to celebrate some of those students and the groups that they've been a part of here at Black Mountain Middle School. I really appreciate, again, you joining us here tonight for our ceremony. We're going to recognize different groups. And the first group that we're going to recognize tonight, we're going to start with our Black Mountain Middle School ASB. ASB is a class where students are elected to student positions to represent their peers and to try to help make Black Mountain Middle School a better school, a stronger culture, and a place where everybody belongs. Let's hear from Mrs. Strohmeyer, our ASB advisor.
ASB students have been working all year to create a welcoming campus environment, both in person and online. They have hosted game nights and movie nights, organized spirit days, created monthly challenges, ran lunchtime activities, gave tours of the school, staffed the ball cart, put on a talent show, and the list goes on and on. Through their efforts, they have made BMMS a place where students can feel welcomed and involved. I want to take the time to thank each officer for their time and talent that they have given during this school year. In 6th grade, Keziah Boda, Julia Christman, Addison Hall, Riley Quintanilla, Kayla Truab. In 7th grade, Ava Bromboot, Turner Bronson, Alexis Cochran, Sol DeAngelo, Mary Escopio, Peyton Jensen, Jonah Levy, Alana Miller, Bailey Fan, Charlie Preston, Catherine Rowe, Elsie Skelly, Alina Valencia, Penny Versalis, Tyler Woolridge. In 8th grade, Joy Anchetta, Osman Azam, Cruz Belisario, Timothy Brenson, Ethan Coyle, Ololade Isan, Luke Esses, Miley Corporal, Alyssa Lutz, Lauren Magno, Troy McMurray, Ava Murphy, Abby Robinson, Nia Thompson, Devin Torres. Thank you, ASB, for all your work this school year.
Thank you, Mrs. Strohmeyer, for leading this amazing student group. Here are our ASB members again. Let's give them one last round of applause. Well done, ASB. Your work during this difficult time to help bring our culture together, to help connect students to their school has been amazing. And speaking of that work, we have another group that's heavily involved in the culture of our campus, and that would be our Black Mountain Middle School leadership class, which is led by Mr. Anella.
Tonight, I'm here to recognize the outstanding members of our leadership class. These leadership students have worked tirelessly this year, making positive contributions to our school culture at BMMS. These leadership students recorded tech tips and how-to videos at the beginning of virtual learning, created virtual backgrounds for students to use on Zoom, organized flowergrams, coordinated school-wide thank you notes for Teacher Appreciation Week, and worked with teachers, counselors, and administrators on homeroom lessons and an updated dress code, among many other things. I will now recognize each of these students individually for their outstanding work this year. Archie, Sadie, Uriel, Joshua, Sophia, Avery, Ellie, Grace, Charlotte, Olivia, Nick, Anna, Julia, and Lizzie. Thank you. Tonight,
And again, here one more time is our leadership class that worked closely with our ASB class and doing so many things to try to help make Black Mountain a better school. Let's give them another round of applause for their amazing work. You can see a lot of that work on our YouTube page. They did so many great videos to help our students and our families to adapt during the time of, we're all learning new technology, and our leadership class really did a lot to help us with that work. And we thank them for all the contributions they've given to us this wonderful school year. So thank you, leadership. Moving on to our Black Mountain Middle School AVID program. And we are so proud to be an AVID demonstration school. And we also have our AVID elective course, where many students dedicate their time to learn more about our AVID program, doing their best for their time in middle school, and also to set themselves up for their future. Let's hear from our AVID coordinator, Mrs. Reyes. She's going to talk to us about our AVID program.
Good evening. My name is Danielle Reyes. I am the proud 8th grade AVID elective teacher for the AVID elective students and the AVID coordinator at Black Mountain Middle School. I am here representing, so a big shout out to my partner, Stephanie Scambluri, who is the 7th grade elective teacher. We are here tonight to celebrate all of these amazing students who are receiving awards, and I am so excited to give honor to these AVID 8th grade elective students who have shown leadership throughout the school year in so many ways. When we think of the 4 values of Black Mountain, respect, responsibility, hardworking, and kindness, these names come to the forefront of my mind. During our virtual learning and even continued with our concurrent, these students have stood out in so many ways. AVID is all about college and career readiness, and part of that comes with leadership and a lot of teamwork. These students showed up to class every single day with a willingness to not only learn, but lead. And they have helped their peers in so many ways. Whenever we give shout outs, their names are some of the ones that are just constantly repeated. They've also gone above and beyond to help with our recruitment process this year, which was quite the task in a virtual setting. So many of them created videos on what AVID means to them. They created how-to videos as well as informational brochures. They went into Zoom rooms or virtual classrooms, including Ms. Scambluri's 7th grade students, even some 6th grade classes, and met one-to-one with some students who had questions about what the AVID elective is and what it means to be an AVID elective student. Many of them also have gone above and beyond in their community, both near and far. So there is not a one-size-fits-all for this AVID All-Star Award, but we definitely wanted to make sure to recognize these students who definitely should be recognized. So without further ado, our AVID All-Stars, starting with Brooklyn G, who has a special star by her name because she was also the 8th grade standout on the district level. All students who applied for this needed to write an essay, and Brooklyn's was voted on and she won. She was the one middle school student from Black Mountain Middle School representing our AVID elective students. So special shout out to Brooklyn, who also volunteered to be our student speaker for our YouTube live event for our recruitment YouTube live event for parents. And then the other leaders that I would love to recognize are Aditya C, Aaliyah C, Island C, Diego D, Brian Matt DR, Lexi G, Nia J, Caitlin K, Kai L, also Victor, Brooklyn L, Vanessa L, Eugene L, Emily M, Jewel M, Camilla N, Parker P, Yalda Q, Cami S, Bailey T, Nina T, Riza T, Xavier V, and Haley W. It was hard to pick just these names out of all of our AVID students, but we are just so proud of each and every one of you. And in AVID fashion, we're going to do a sparkle snap. So sparkle snaps to you. Congratulations, well earned, and congratulations to all students who are being recognized tonight. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Danielle Reyes.
Thank you, Mrs. Reyes. And we'll do this a little different. I want to do it in our AVID style. We do snaps. So let's get some snaps out to our AVID All-Stars and their amazing work. Thank you, Mrs. Reyes, for sharing the wonderful work that they're doing here at Black Mountain Middle School. So far, we've heard from different teachers working with different groups. I have the pleasure to talk to you about the next group, the Principal's Cabinet. I was in a classroom today and I was able to teach a guest lesson, and I was so excited because in my heart, I'm still a teacher, and I told the students that I taught for 20 years. And you know, one of the things that held me back from getting into administration and becoming an assistant principal and principal was because I didn't want to leave my class. I loved my classes, and Principal's Cabinet, it's like I have my own classes, and I enjoy so much the time that I have with Principal's Cabinet. And so the Principal's Cabinet meets once a month, and we did this all school year long, sometimes on Zoom, and we've been back on campus, and we've been doing it concurrently where we have some students at home and some students on campus. It is essential that I hear from the different perspectives of our students to help us understand how to make Black Mountain the best school it can be. Our students provide insight and ideas that are very important to us, and we discuss concerns that students have, and we also brainstorm ways to improve our school and our culture. And at this time, I'd like to recognize the members of the 2020-2021 Principal's Cabinet. We have a large group there, but let's give them all a round of applause. Our Principal's Cabinet for 2020-21. There are so many names. I appreciate each one of you and all that you have done to help Black Mountain, to help me, to understand the perspective of our students when they're virtual, when they're on campus, that transition back to campus. Your perspective has meant the world to me, and I enjoy our time so much together, and I'm so thankful for our Principal's Cabinet. So thank you, Principal's Cabinet. Another group that I'm able to work with are our No Place for Hate ambassadors. And it's a new program that we have here at Black Mountain Middle School. I work with Mrs. Taylor, one of our counselors, and she helps organize our No Place for Hate ambassadors. Let's hear from Mrs. Taylor more about this program.
No Place for Hate is a collaborative initiative that provides K-12 schools with an organizing framework for students, administrators, teachers, and family members to develop long-term solutions for creating an equitable climate. No Place for Hate schools receive their designation by fulfilling 3 activities throughout the year. This is our 4th year receiving the No Place for Hate designation. The students we are recognizing today are our very first No Place for Hate ambassadors at Black Mountain. We asked students to fill out a form and submit an essay to show they were interested in being an ambassador. We were inspired by the amount of interest the students at our school showed. So unfortunately, we were only able to choose 3 for each grade level, but what a group we selected. This group started midway through the year and met twice a month. Even though we wish we had more time with them, they still made great contributions. One of these is a form which allows students to report a concerning behavior on our campus. We're looking forward to using this in the years to come. So at this time, I would like to recognize the following students: Braden R., Hector G., Jacob P., Jonah L., Landon B., Madeline Y., Ray A., Tonvi B., Yalda Q. Congratulations. You should be very proud of yourselves and all your hard work. No Place.
Well said, Mrs. Taylor. We are so proud of our No Place for Hate ambassadors. The first year in the history of our school to have these ambassadors on our campus, and we look forward to a long history of more ambassadors making the impact that our first group of ambassadors made in this 2020-21 school year. Let's give them one more round of applause for our ambassadors. So proud to be part of this program and to be working with these students and Mrs. Taylor. Next up is our Black Mountain Middle School Yearbook, which is led by Mr. Lance, and we'll hear from Mr. Lance about his editors working on the yearbook. Mr. Lance.
Hello, I'm Michael Lance. I'm Black Mountain Middle School's yearbook advisor, and I'm here this evening to congratulate Caroline Kung, Nithya Prahalad, Van Sharp, and Tyler Wise. These are Black Mountain Middle School's 8th grade yearbook advisors. These kids are leaders because they have had to step up to a number of challenges that we have every year. One being, they're my TAs. We don't have a class of 25 or 30 kids where everyone kind of bounce ideas off each other, recreate, reimagine, revise, and edit. These small group of kids are kind of on their own. On top of that, we're not always together during class. Sometimes I've got a class of 35 other kids in my 7th grade classes that I've got to work with. And so they pick up their badges, they pick up their cameras, they go to work. They're role models, and they're doing this book on their own. There's so many things that they do so well, and I am so proud of everything they've done, especially this year, because really for the first half of the year, we're virtual. And there weren't a lot of opportunities to get pictures of students online. So they've been creative. They've sent out messages to get parents to send things in, to get families to send things in, to get students to send things in. And I think they've done an amazing job. So one more time, Caroline, Nithya, Van, and Tyler, thank you. The book is going to be amazing. Hello.
Thank you, Mr. Lance. Again, let's give these 4 very special students a round of applause. You know, so many of us are just searching for a sense of normalcy, something that we yearn back to the way things were. And I believe a large part of the middle school experience is represented by our yearbook. And these students are doing their very best to provide a special memory for our students and our yearbook. And so there's going to be information I will share out in this weekend's family communication about our upcoming yearbook. And we appreciate the work of these students and Mr. Lance to make all of that possible. So thank you again, Yearbook. Another group that I am very proud to work with is there are our students that were involved in our Racial Justice Challenge. So this past February, Black Mountain supported a site challenge that focused on inclusion, diversity, equity, and awareness. We called it our Racial Justice Challenge. And students were challenged to do one of 2 options. One, they could create a performance piece, however they wanted to do that, to help our community understand the message of a specific Amanda Gorman poem. And each grade level had a different poem that they were able to read and interpret for themselves. Or students could respond to a series of questions by creating a plan of action. And some of the questions that we included were, what are the current racial injustices that are impacting our community? What's my role in standing up to racism? In what ways are we engaging the community? We had 43 Black Mountain Middle School students participate in the Racial Justice Challenge. And some of the entries were original poems, songs, artwork. We had a variety of different activities that students used in order to display their talents. Let's check out some of those in this video displaying the work of our Racial Justice Challenge.
starts with me. I need to start changing things. How am I going to do that? I'm going to try my hardest to stand up for others and say what I think. Because if I think something's wrong, I need to speak up against it. Because things aren't going to change automatically when everybody's going to be quiet about it. We need to talk about it. We need to express ourselves. And not in a harmful way, but in a way that is effective.
Such inspiring work from our students. I'm just amazed at their talents and their thought process and their commitment to making their community better. And here are our top 10 recognized for their work and the Racial Justice Challenge. Their work highlighted in that video that can be seen on our YouTube channel. If you want to see that again, it's available again on our YouTube channel. We appreciate you and the hard work that you did during the Racial Justice Challenge. Well done, Black Mountain students. Excellent. Speaking of our YouTube channel, a lot of the work that's done behind the scenes of our video program here at Black Mountain is the crew of our BMTV, led by Mr. Renoa. Mr. Renoa is going to now celebrate some of the students involved in BMTV.
For this year's BMTV Crew, I'd like to thank Naomi Canarsa, Sophia Lawrence, and Diana Sayer. These girls made up our crew this year, and they did an outstanding job once again. Thank you, ladies. For this year's...
We love our BMTV crew and our BMTV channel. We appreciate the work that these students and Mr. Renoa do in order to bring not only some of the content on our YouTube channel, but really our BMTV broadcast that happen every Monday, closed circuit inside Black Mountain Middle School during our announcements. And we appreciate this group and the work that they do to help create our BMTV. All right, moving on. We're going to now celebrate our school site council. And school site council is wonderful because it's a group that brings together so many different perspectives. We have our families, some of our parents that are involved. We have students and we have staff members that come together to analyze what's going on at Black Mountain and how we can be better. And that is our school site council. And right now, Ms. Cooper, our assistant principal, is going to recognize our students involved in the school site council.
Good evening. I'm Joanne Cooper, an assistant principal at Black Mountain, and I work with our school site council, which is a committee of certificated and classified staff, administrators, parents, and students, whose purpose is to create our school's annual single plan for student achievement. We meet several times during the year to review multiple measures of student progress and the allocation of capital resources to best support instructional practices and intervention programs aligned with our school-wide achievement goals. It is my delightful privilege to recognize Tanvi Bahai, who's been a member of School Site Council all 3 of her middle school years. She never missed a meeting. Thank you so much, Tanvi, for your dedication and service. And also Bailey Fan and Julia Chrisman, who both joined our committee this year. A great big thanks to all 3 of you for supporting our school in this important way.
Let's give those 3 students a round of applause. And Tanvi, 3-year member, that's something so much to be proud of. Well done to all 3 of you. We appreciate your contribution to our school site council. And we appreciate all of our students that have been recognized here tonight. I thank our families for joining us for this very special occasion. It is wonderful to be with you, even if it's virtual. I know we can't wait to have all of these types of events back on our campus, and hopefully next year we'll be able to do that. I want to thank you for all of your support for Black Mountain Middle School, for our Black Mountain, more importantly, for our Black Mountain Middle School students. Students, without you, none of this means anything. You are the reason that we do what we do, and we are so proud of you. Thank you again to everyone who joined us tonight for our 2020-21 recognition ceremony. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Let's give everybody one more last round of applause. Well done, Black Mountain Middle School students. I hope you have a wonderful night. Good night.